Last class we started the concept of arrays, and array is using various loops we have seen for the repeated work. In loop we have something called break statement, so that we will see today, and couple of examples on break statement, and then we will go for the hands-on session today. So for how to use break statement, that let's see. Basically, when break is used inside a loop, for example, suppose loop is something like this, I'll just put dot 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 for your understanding. And here, suppose I gave a condition, if so and so condition happens, then break. Here I wrote break. Meaning of this is, suppose here you gave 1 to 10. For every statement it will continue, but when that particular condition is satisfying, that time it will say please don't continue and break out of the loop. So break means whichever loop currently continuing, it will come out of that loop. That means it will not further proceed the loop. For example, suppose I said condition something like I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10, I plus plus. My condition may be, if that I value by chance modulus by 5 equal to 0, okay, if by chance that is the condition, then break means come out of the loop. So how we think, how much it will display, what are all things it will display on the screen. If I want to display something like console.writeLine I here, then what value should be displayed if you understood this break statement properly? Okay, so you are saying 1 to 4 also it will display, 6 to 9 also it will display. Okay, anybody else? Only up to 5. 5 also will be displayed. Okay, so 1 to 5, because when it will display, after that only it will come to this line and check the condition. If that is divisible by 5, then it will break. Break means coming out of this loop. Again it will not go inside the loop. So 6 to 10 again it will not display, because it will ignore 6 to 10. It will ignore 6 to 10. Only 1 to 5 it will display. Absolutely. So this is what the break statement all about. Okay. So conditionally exiting the loop. So let's apply this in some program. So I'll create a solution. We will check whether a number is prime number or not using that break statement. So prime number logic is almost fitting to that condition. That means check dividing. When it will divisible, don't continue further, come out of the loop. That means break the loop. So loop only, we will be using loop with break for prime number. So I'm giving the name of the program as loop underscore break underscore prime number. Loop using break for prime number. So let me save this. See how I'm going to use this break statement to check a number is prime number or not. So if I will ask you mathematically what is a prime number, so what you will say? forget about programming. Suppose I will ask simply mathematically, what do you understand by prime number? So what you will say? Okay, 1 and itself only, but most important is not divisible by any other number. Okay, it will divisible by 1 and itself, that is for sure. Every number does that, but important here is should not be divisible by any other number. So that should not be divisible by any other number. How we will know? Suppose my number is, for example, let's say 15. So if I will ask mathematically, check this 15 is prime number or not, what you will say? Suddenly you will say it is not a prime number, but what you did so that you came to know 15 is not a prime number, mathematically what you did actually? First you did that every number is divisible by 1 and itself. So leave it. Leave 1 also, leave 15 also. Whatever other numbers are there in between, like 2 you have, 3 you have, 4 you have, all those numbers you have, and so on up to 14 you have. So idea is 1 and itself definitely it will divisible, so don't check it. 1 and itself definitely it will divisible, don't check it. But check with other numbers serially, by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5. Is there any number coming in between which is able to divide 15? If answer is yes, it is not a prime number. If answer is no, it is a prime number. That means for a minute, if you will think yourself in high school and your teacher said, check whether this 15 or 20 or 25, anything is prime number or not. So quickly what you do, you leave 1, you leave itself. Whatever all numbers came, you start dividing by 2, dividing by 3, dividing by 4, dividing by 5. Any of this number, is it able to divide 15? If yes, then not a prime number. That is what we do. So that means if yes happened, like for example, it divide by 5 now, then what? Do you think you will further check with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 up to 14? No, not required. That means that is what called a break. If it is divisible by 5, then why you check 6? Why you check 7? Please stop. That means your loop started from 2, ended at 14, and every time you checked, is there any number which is divisible? If yes, then break and tell that it is not a prime number. So this is what the mathematical logic we usually follow before telling 15 is not a prime number. We don't realize because you are human beings, so we are acquainted, experienced with many things. So our brain starts working without our realization, but actually we do this. As per the definition, we do this. That leave 1, leave 15, because they both are definitely divisible. Every number is divisible by 1, every number is divisible by itself. So leave that 1 and itself and check with other numbers. Achha, one more point here I will add. In your high school level only, I have not yet come to your engineering level. In our high school level only, you must be knowing one more thing, that if you want to check 2 to 14, check 2 to 7, that is also fine. If none of them are able to divide, further numbers also will not divide. It will not be divisible by 8. It will not be divisible by 9. It will not be divisible by 10. It will not be divisible by 11 or 12 or 13 or 14. That means half of the number, if it is not able to divide, then further other numbers also, they will not be able to divide. So instead of checking up to 14, if you are checking up to 7 also, it's fine. So now finally, if your n value is 15, so your loop will start from 2 and end at 7. 7 means half of 15. Half of 15 is actually 7.5, but when we are considering integer, it is 7. Okay. So check 2 to 7. That means if my n is 15, I will check up to n by 2. So don't check 1 because every number is divisible by 1. Don't check 15 because every number is divisible by itself. If it is really 15, start from 2 up to 7. So in general, if the number is n, I don't know what has been entered, then n itself I will leave, 1 itself I will leave. Rest of all numbers what came in between, I will start checking by 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, up to n by 2. That means what will be my loop here? Loop will be something like this. For integer I equal to 2, I less than or equal to n by 2, I assume that entered value is n and I plus plus. And inside that condition, you have to check one thing, if divisible by I, if n is divisible by I, okay, I assume that n is the entered number. So if that n is divisible by I, by the way, either by 2 or by 3 or by 4 or by 5, because my I will vary 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and so on. So I will check break condition. If n modulus by I equal to 0, any number, if you want to check divisible or not divisible, you have to use modulus operator. That means if remainder is 0, because modulus operator gets the remainder. If you remember second or third class in operator, we have studied. So modulus operator give me remainder. Imagine n is 15, I is 2, then 15 modulus by 2. Okay, 15 modulus by 2 means not divisible. So it will be not 0, it will be 1. So like that it will check. Whenever it will be 0, that means remainder is 0, that means not divisible, then no problem. If it is divisible, that means actually 0, means it is divisible. Imagine my entered number is 16. Then what? 2 itself is able to divide. So 16 modulus by 2, it will be 0. Then I will say break it. No need to continue further. If first number itself is able to divide, then simply say not a prime number and break it. So how to say not a prime number? Console.writeLine. Say not a prime number and then break. Okay. So if I will not break, what will happen? Even if it is divisible by 2, still it will check with 3, still it will check with 4, still it will check with 5. Why though? Why so? Our definition says if any number is able to divide, then why should I check 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? If 2 is able to divide. Achha, 2 is not able to divide, then I cannot give guarantee. I can check with 3 also, I will check with 4 also. So as long as it is not divisible, I will go on checking. But once divisible, I don't want to continue. So whenever you come to the situation that I don't want to continue the loop, then you have to say break. Now if I will run this much only, whatever I wrote, if it is not a prime number, definitely it will tell not a prime number. But if it is a prime number, imagine it checked with 2 also, 3 also, 4 also, 5 also, that means up to n by 2. Somebody entered 23 for example. Then from what number to what number it will check the loop? Who can say? Two to 6. because integer, decimal means 6.5, but actually integer, that means 2 to 6. Absolutely fine. So assume this is 6, because n by 2 will be 6 only, na? If n is 13. So assume for a minute that is 6. So it will check with 2, check with 3, check with 4, check with 5, check with 6. That is what it will do. So when it checked with 2 first time, what you will get? 0 you will get, or 1 you will get? 1. That means it will not go inside this. Okay. Then I become 2 plus 1, 3. Then n modulus by 3. Again how much you will get? 1 only. Because 13 is divisible by 3 also. 13 is divisible by 4 also. Not divisible by 4 also. So every time it will be 1. Remainder 1. That means not 0. So there is no chance to get into this console.write line. Isn't it? Again repeating, because silent indicates horrible, either fully understanding, not otherwise no understanding. So my number is 13. Okay. Those who are always silent, please try to answer. Number is 13. So 2 to 6 it will proceed. Some people said. Are you all agree with that? Yeah. So 13 by 2 equal to 6. So that means my loop will run like once per 2, once per 3, once per 4, once per 5, and once per 6. That's it. But at the meantime, every time it is taking that I as 2 or I as 3 or I as 4, I'm checking here something. If I couldn't have this, then it is different story. But I have a condition here inside. So n is how much? 13. First time I is how much? 2. So 13 modulus by 2. Almost people said 1. Anybody there who is not agree? 13 modulus by 2 is 1. Anybody there who is not agree? Absolutely 1, because remainder is 1. So if it is 1, that means this condition will not satisfy. Don't you think so? Because I have written only if 0, then execute these 2 lines. But I said 1, because 13 modulus by 2 equal to 1. Then it didn't go and then make I plus plus. I was 2, now I become 3. Right? N value is how much? 13 only. Because I only I incremented, na? N value I didn't do anything. So again 13 modulus by 3. Because I just made I plus plus means 2 plus 1, 3. So 13 modulus by 3. How much? 1 again. Absolutely 1 again. That means this condition didn't again satisfy. Like that, what it will do? It will check with 2, it will check with 3, it will check with 4, it will check with 5. It will find that none of the numbers up to 6 is able to divide 13. That means it will never get a chance to come here. Are you all agree with that? It will never get a chance from 2 to 6 to come here. That means it didn't display not a prime. That is for sure. But I want it is a prime, that number. Okay. So what I will do? I will take another variable here. Just above the loop, I took another variable here. See why I am taking that. Suppose integer variable I took. Okay. I took integer x equal to something like 0. That means I will use this x like one identifier. What identifier? I will identify x equal to 1 if at least one time this condition is satisfying. Now tell me, in case of 13, if I will come here, okay, and I will ask that x, if I will ask that x, what is your value of, and then what is the value of x? So what do you think in case of 13? X will be 0. Absolutely fine. If I will put here something like 15, what will happen? X will be 1. Why? Because when n is 15, when I is 3, this condition will satisfy, because 15 is divisible by 3. So if 15 is divisible by 3, at least one time it will satisfy the condition, and my x value will be 1. It will display not a prime, and it will break. That means break means what you understood here? Don't check with 4, don't check with 5, don't check with 6, no need, because it's already divisible by 3. So you said break. Now in this line, you are just checking the value of x here. That means check the value of x. If it is still 0, if it is still 0, you understand that it will, it has never been divisible by any value of I. It is never been divisible by any value of I. That means it checked 2, checked 3, checked 4, checked 5. Whatever comes in between the numbers, it checked with each number. But it never got a chance to divisible by that number. Then of course it didn't get a chance to go inside. So if it didn't go inside, my x value will be remain 0. So this sentence, English sentence, how to give the programming format? If condition, don't you think? X equal to still 0. Then tell that console.writeLine, it's a prime number. Right? Let's copy paste this in our Visual Studio and check what we are thinking, whether it is really working accordingly. So I will start a function. Say my function name is check prime number. Okay. Now first of all, I have to declare this variable n, and I will ask user to enter the value of n. So console.writeLine, I will say please enter the value of n. Which number you want to, check prime or not a prime. So n equal to convert dot to integer of console.readLine. Now what I will do, I will put a breakpoint somewhere in line number 13. So if by chance 1% doubt will be there, see it and you will get clarified. So I put a breakpoint here in line number 13. Okay. So I will enter any number. First time let's try with 13 only. Okay. First time let's try with 13 only. Or let's try with 15 first. Then we will try with 13. So if I will execute this, obviously it will ask me, please enter the value of n, and I will enter 15. Let's see what happens. So I come down and ask user, please enter the value of n. He entered 15. Okay. That means it started from 2. Then it checked whether 15 by 2 means how much? 7. Okay. So whether 2 to 7, it will continue. First time 2, you can see I value is 2. After completing one time only, it will be 3, then 4, then 5. But first time it is 2 only. So tell me, n value is how much? 15. Just now you entered 15. I value is how much? 2. Because first time we came inside the loop. So 15 modulus by 2. Tell me, 0 or non-zero? Non-zero. That means it will be false. Okay. False means what you understand? No. Take the next value of I. That means don't go inside this 3 line. 24, 25, 26. Meaning is that. Okay. So condition true means it will go inside the condition. Condition false means it will not go inside the condition. That is what you learned in if else condition. So as per our understanding of if else, it will not go to line number 24, 25, 26. It will directly come down to line number 29. If I will proceed further F10, where it will go? It will go to I++. Now who can say what will be the value of I? 3. Absolutely 3. Because previous time it was 2, I just made I++. So if I will check the mouse taking to I, it will say my I value is 3. And that 3 is less than equal to 7 or not? Yes, that means it is true. Because n by 2 is 7, right? So it will say yes, you are absolutely fine. You can go down. So it allowed me to go inside. Now n is how much? 15 only. Who is changing n? Nobody. I is how much? 3. So tell me 15 modulus by 3 equal to 0. Because it is divisible. Whenever it will be divisible, remainder will be 0. When it is not divisible, remainder will be non-zero. So this double equal to symbol, if I will take the mouse, it will be true or false? True. Absolutely. Okay. So if you are not speaking, that's fine. But yourself, you try to answer. If you are not able to answer, that means that understand that you are not understanding. That means next chapter going means it is danger for you. So all of you, I don't say that at a time shout all of you saying that yes or no, but if you are not speaking also, you yourself answer that yes or no. Then only you can cross check your understanding. And you are not understanding, quickly tell me, sir, other people answered it is yes or true, but nothing is coming to my mind, sir. Can you tell me why this double equal to will say true? Like that you be active in the class. No hesitation, guys. If you are hesitating these 3 months, you have to hesitate across your career in all the interviews. Okay, so don't be that category. So no hesitation. If others are laughing also, don't care about it. So coming to F10, because it is true, so obviously it will allow me to go inside. Now what happened? Some 3 lines you have written inside. What are those lines? Each line you justify yourself. Why I have written? First thing is x equal to 1. It is just like one identifier. Imagine you are in a running competition. Okay. So 10 people are there. They are saying, okay, all 10 people start running. And all 10 of you will hold one red color flag on your hand when you start running. But in that target location, in 2 kilometers or somewhere, we have a green color flag. Whoever reached there, just throw that red color flag, put that green color flag on your hand, and then come back to source location from where you have started running. Now imagine all 10 people are running back to me, and out of 10 people, 9 people are having red color flag because they couldn't get a chance to get that green color flag, but one person got that green color flag who reached there as the first person. So that means 9 people might be having a red color flag or might not be having any flag. They might have thrown it out, but only one person is having green color flag. So what exactly I will understand? That particular person who is having green color flag, he is the winner. because he reached first time there. Do I need to run along with you people to check who is reaching there first? No, right? How that flag is helping me? Which flag? Red color flag is helping me to understand beginning position, and green color flag is helping me to understand condition satisfied for that guy because he reached first. That's why that green color flag is with him. Same way, you just assume this 0 is just like our red color flag for x value, and this 1 is just like green color flag for our x value. Now in line number 32, if I will ask that x, what you have brought for me, it will say that in this particular situation, when you are entering 15, it got a chance to come inside 24, 25, 26. That means it got a chance to change the value of x. So in line number 32, if I will ask x, what is the value you have brought, it will say 0 or it will say 1? It will say 1, obviously. Okay. Just like I asked you, hey, you have brought green color flag or red color flag? If you are saying, sir, red color flag only, then I will understand you are not the person who reached first that position. Similarly, if x is saying, I have brought 1, sir, in line number 32, then I will say, then I understood indirectly that definitely some number has divided that number. Otherwise, how x will be 1? Some number definitely divided it. If my x will say, no, I have brought 0 for you in line number 32, then what I will understand? That means it might have checked with 2, might have checked with 3, might have checked with 4, might have checked with 5. All the numbers it might have continued, but never got a chance to come to line number 24, 25 and 26. Why? Because never being divisible, never being true. So x, that's why 0. So obviously I will say it is a prime number in line number 32. But why this console.write line here? Because if it is divisible by one number, blindly I can say it is not a prime number. So then and there in line number 25 itself, I wrote why it is divisible. I don't want to check further. It is not a prime number. Break indicates if you already understood not a prime number because it is divisible by at least one number, then why you check further? Break it. Break means out of the loop you come. No need to say I plus plus, I plus plus, I plus plus. Simply come out of the loop. So break means, can you see, the moment I press F10 in line number 26, it directly came to line number 32. It didn't allow to go again I plus plus, I plus plus and so on. Now you tell me x value is 0 or x value is 1? 1. That means it will never say it is a prime number because x value is 1 now. Just like your running competition, if I said, have you brought green color flag for me? You said, no sir. Then I will say, go there to other queue. You are not the selected person. So that is one identifier called flag. Here one identifier called x. What is there? So it is identifier to say that it is really divisible or not really divisible. So now if I will press further F10 also, it will not go to it is a prime number because it has already displayed line number 25 saying that it is not a prime number. Sorry, it is not a prime number. Okay. Now let's take one more example, 13. Small number I am taking because you know that 15 is not a prime number, 13 is a prime number. Okay. I will answer all your questions. Just complete this understanding. Okay. Chances there what you are thinking, I will tell you in this explanation. So let me complete it. Now I will come to 13. Okay. I will come to 13. I mean 15 I checked and I came to know that this line is displayed line number 25. This line is not displaying line number 33. Now let's take 13. Because you know that it is a prime number, but what you thought inside your brain before saying it is a prime number, that is the logic here. We are human being, that's why not realizing, but actually our brain is doing all these things. So let's see how it goes when I will enter 13. So let me run it again. F10, 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 F10. So I entered 13. Okay. Now what? N value is how much and I value is how much? I is not yet 2, but it will be 2 the moment I will press F10. So I is 2, isn't it? First time I am running the loop, so I will be 2. Okay, it came down. You only said N is 13, I is 2. Now tell me, this will be true or this will be false? Absolutely. Okay, why false? Because 13 is not really divisible by 2. So do you think it will come inside this x equal to 1 or it will go outside? Outside. Absolutely. So it came to curly bracket close. Further, if I will press F10, it will go to I plus plus. Absolutely fine. Okay. So now I plus plus, when I continued, I value will be how much? 3. Absolutely. Because previously it was 2 means now it will be 3. So further I pressed F10. Now in this line number 22, tell me N value is how much and I value is how much? N is 13, I is 3. Okay. So again it will give me true or false? False. So again it will not get a chance to go inside. Again I plus plus. I become 4. 13 divided by 4 not equal to 0. I mean equal to something remainder. So again it will not get a chance. Again it will be 5. 13 modulus by 5 not equal to 0. Again it will not get a chance to go inside. Then it becomes 6. 13 modulus by 6 again not equal to 0. Okay. Again it will not get a chance to go inside. That means 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we have done already. Now what? Do you think it will get a chance to go inside? Because we have already reached to end condition. 13 divided by 2 equal to 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all numbers we continued, but we never get a true here. Where? In the line number 22. That means we never get a chance to make this x equal to 1. That means what will be the value of x now? It will be remaining still 0, na? Because line number 15, I have given x value as 0. So when I am asking that x, what value you have brought for me, it is saying, why I have brought 0 only, because I didn't get a chance to go inside this line number 24, 25, 26. Because never I got a number which is divisible. So x value will be remain 0 only, because it didn't get a chance to go to line number 24. So if it is 0, then this line number 32 will give me true condition or false condition? True. Okay. If it is true, then obviously it will let me to run that console.writeLine. So if I will say press F10, can you see? It came to line number 33. If it could be false, perhaps it could not have come to line number 33. So that means it says it is a prime number. So if I will see the output, it will say, hey, 13, it is a prime number. 15, it is not a prime number. Now, remove this breakpoint. You have understood 2 times completely the cycle. Now, blindly let's enter another number and see how it goes. So should I go for a console.read key here? Because I want to hold the cursor over there. So run the program and see randomly some number I will enter and check whether it is perfectly giving the answer or not. I will enter 25, suppose. It should be prime number or not a prime number? Not a prime number. Okay. Saying not a prime number. Chalo. This time we will enter 23. 23 should be a prime number. So it is saying it's a prime number. So output is in front of you. Now just quickly have a look to this program. If 99.99% also understood, that 0.001% also not understood, once again you see this and you be a compiler. Okay? Yourself you ask what I did in this line, what I did in this line. Okay? What I did in this line. Why it is, able to solve my problem. Where I am thinking that it will not be able to solve my problem, for which situation. Like that little bit you brain exercise, 2 minutes. Check this. Yep. N equal to 2, because we are starting from 2, that condition will give, because we are checking from 2 to n by 2, right? So I assume that the value of the n what we are entering is more than 2, of course, because we have entered 2 to n by 2. Yeah, take any number and continue the logic. I am not saying speak something, I am saying compile yourself. Take any number and compile yourself for 2 minutes. Any number you take and see what I am doing in this line, what I am doing in this line, what I am doing in this line. Yourself be a compiler, I am telling that. And check where you are failing, if any. Like somebody says, if I am taking 2 here, obviously it will not get a chance to go inside because I am starting itself from 2 now. Makes sense. Assume that I am taking some other number more than 2 or 7, 8, 9 or 25, 150. Any number you take from your own. Okay. And then compile it. Just make yourself like a compiler. I went this line, I did this. I went this line, I did this. Like that you continue for any number. And if you are getting some discrepancy, you tell me. That is the best way to logically strong. You can take some, like I took 2 example, right? First time I took 15, then I took something like 23. Similarly, you can also take some 19, suppose you are taking. 19 is a prime number. Take once 19, take once 20 and do yourself. Continue one time. Always secret behind logically being strong is be a compiler. You think that I am present there, I am only doing that. Okay. Then easily you can find yourself either doing correctly or not doing correctly. So take example of one time 20 you take, then you see what happens. Then one time you take 19, then you check, see what happens. After that, some discrepancy comes mind, then you ask me, sir, something discrepancy is coming to my mind. If so and so situation will happen, I am thinking this may wrongly behave. Can you please clarify? Something like that it should be. Yeah, so 20 all of you checked with step by step. Now you can check with 19. Nothing to do, just see my screen and be a compiler. Okay. Somebody is pressing F10, you are jumping to next line. Again F10, you are jumping to next line. You think it that way. All right. Now you ask the question if you have any discrepancy, anything you got that, hey, I am a compiler, I went there, I tried to execute this, but I saw some discrepancy, what you understood and what you are getting the result. Is there any? Because always before asking any clarification, you be like a compiler and do that. If not able to find the way, then you should ask and clarify. That is the best way. Anybody got any discrepancy? Yeah. Tell me. Yeah, why not? Definitely, why not? If necessary, we can have only if without else also.
Also, can we use else statement here instead of check the exam?
Here, inside the loop, you only tell me, I said you have to be a compiler, right? For example, suppose I wrote this line there. Is it what you are thinking about? Is it what you are thinking about?
Sir, we don't check exam.
Chalo, forget it. I deleted it, suppose, for a minute. I welcome your concept. Now you tell me, be a compiler and tell me what is happening. Suppose you entered here something like 15. All of you try, guys. All of you. You enter here 15. Just think that you entered here 15 and you came inside, did this. Now you tell me what might be the problem. No need to speak. I will give some 1 minute time to all of you. Okay, then I will ask. So I welcome your concept, whoever said that, okay, let's put an else statement inside. Now continue completely the compilation and keep the answer with you. I will ask. So all of you take 1 minute. Continue this.
Sir, in first check it will give it's a prime number or nothing information.
Take 1 minute time, all of you. Check whether you are facing any problem or it will give me proper answer as we expected. My expectation is I entered 15 means I want only one sentence on the screen saying that this is not a prime number. If I am entering 25, I want that this is not a prime number. Okay. If I am entering 13, I want only one sentence saying that this is a prime number. Whether any discrepancy you are getting, if I will do like this. Okay, now I will ask anybody what you got, whether you will get correct answer or incorrect answer. If incorrect, how it will incorrect little bit, I want to ask somebody. Okay, first chance goes to person who asked me. Who asked the doubt actually? Yeah, Priyanka, tell me whether you got any discrepancy.
Execute else statement. Then after you check second condition, given it by that time also execute second. Means every check it will execute if
Absolutely. Now you saw how you are yourself able to solve your own problem, right? That should be the way. Always yourself, if you feel like a compiler, anything comes to mind, let us do it, no problem. What maximum it will be? My program will be wrong, na? Do you think any bomb blast will happen? Nothing. Do it. Then you try yourself. I will do it. If it comes to my mind, I will do it. Let's see then how it happens. I entered the number. Absolutely, you are absolutely right. So you entered 15. When it came inside, it says 15 modulus by I, means 15 modulus by 2, not divisible. Suddenly it will come to else part. Why? Before reaching to conclusion, how can I say prime, not a prime, 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 not a prime, not a prime? I mean, it will go on telling me every chance one answer. But our expectation is what? At the end, reach to a conclusion, then tell me one answer, that not a prime or it's a prime. So for 15, it will give me two answers, right? One will be not a prime, next line will be prime. Let's have a look. We will execute it also. Nothing will happen. Finally, it will be wrong, right? No problem. Run it and check what it does. So I entered 15. Can you see? Exactly like you said, one time it will go to else part, and again one time it will go to if part, then only it will be break. So at least I am getting two answers, right? How I will consider first answer is correct or second answer is correct? So that's why before reaching to conclusion, we cannot say if and else. If and else both are there means for every check, it will say either this line or this line, either this line or this line. So I don't want 4-5 answers. I want only one answer. So now should I say Control Z, or anybody else have any clarification to take? Particularly for this, if I will have both if as well as else inside the loop, then what will happen? Now we considered, we understood that this is not correct, because for every value of I will get one answer, either this or this or this or this. So I don't want 6 answers or 7 answers for 6 checks or 7 checks. I want reach to a conclusion, then you tell me one sentence that whether correct or prime or not a prime. So I'm just pressing Control Z so that we will again come to our previous stage. Nothing harm to check with if it is coming to mind what will happen by doing this, because one time activity, right? One time if your doubt cleared, your logic is strong, then you will never face this issue in future. Now right after this we are going to do one array logic also, almost using this break statement. See how it is going to help us by similar logic only. Okay, I will tell you thousands of cases in future you will get this kind of logic. Anything, any real-time condition. Suppose there are 1000 employee available in a database. Now your condition is you process all 1000 employee. If any of the employee is paying 0 income tax, then come out of the loop and tell me that there is one employee who is paying 0 income tax. Exact similar way you will apply the logic, because I don't want anybody in the company paying 0 income tax. Suppose I assume, now if one person came, it should come out of the loop and tell me that hey, there is somebody in the database who is not paying income tax. Take care. Then you proceed other operation. So that is one real-time scenario. So anytime, any case, you are doing repeated operations, and at the end you are taking to conclusion that hey, if any condition satisfied, then don't proceed. First to correct that invalid condition, then run it again. If all are fine, then say it is fine. So whenever any continuous check you have to do, just like we did continuous check here. If anybody says continuous check you do, for employee number 1 also check it, for employee number 7 also check it, all the employee you check it. If by chance one employee is not satisfying that condition, then come out of the loop by break statement and inform that hey, one person at least there who is not satisfying the condition. So first you fix it, after that only proceed to next level. So whenever this kind of situation come for a continuous check and then take a decision, then you have to go for this kind of break logic and never use if as well as else in such situations. I'm going for one more little kind of real-time scenario, because prime number is one just example, but here logic is break logic. So that logic we have to implement in various manner. Today, just now, whatever you understood, this is using two things actually. One is break statement and one is flag logic. This is not my own statement, flag logic. This is internationally told as flag logic. Why? Because it's just like a flag. This X is just like a flag. So if X is bringing 0, it is like, you know, a green color flag for you. If it is X is bringing 1, it is just like one red color flag for you. So that's why this logic of providing X value or any variable you can take. You can take as a F for flag also, no problem. So that is called flag logic. So two statements or two logic we understood here. One is break, what it is doing. One is this flag, what it is doing. Flag is used as an identifier and break is used for stopping the process. If already divisible by 1, why should I continue the process? Stop it. So just for your understanding, let me write here break statement. Within bracket I will write stop the process further, not to continue further. Similarly, flag logic, what it says? Use an identifier to track whether at least one time condition satisfied or not. So two things we understood, one is break statement, one is flag statement. Now using array, one of the example we will do, which will be using practical use of these two statements. So let me save this. I will name it as break. Question here is, we will do it now itself, okay? Then I will give some question for you also to do. So question is, assign one array having some 5 values, integer array will take. Assign an integer array having, I will say 6 values. Take a separate number, say n, and check whether this n is available in that array. Acha, that two condition we are saying as a special condition, right? If somebody is entering 2, then let's say it is a prime number. So you can put a condition here. If it is 2, then don't do all this stuff. If it is greater than 2, then do all this stuff. If you want, you know, just to avoid, if user enters 2, what happens? Then it's a problem, na? Because you are starting from 2 means 2 by 2 it will be 1, and 2 to 1 will never further progress. So that's why for special condition 2 you can take a condition here that is avoidable. But if you want to give the protection for 2 also, you can just check if 2, simply console.write line prime number, else all these things. Okay, so since that's not a big deal, I'm not writing here. But if you still want to write something for 2, you can write a if condition at the top. So now come to this question. Understand this question first. Assign an integer array which is having some 6 values. Just like this. Should I open that Excel sheet? every time when memory management comes, we are opening the Excel sheet, right? So let me open this Excel sheet and say that there are 6 numbers, something like this, as per our question. Okay, and I don't know what are the numbers, but some numbers are there. Some numbers are there, and I have another variable n. Okay, so this is the thing. My array name is, let's say, ARR, and my variable name is n. So my question says, array is having some 6 values, n is having some value, let's say 89. I don't know, it may be anything. User will enter this number. Check whether this value, whatever user entered for n, is part of this array or not. That means indirectly it is saying, if one time it matched, no need to check further. Imagine here also 89, here also 89. But question says, tell me whether available or not available. No need to say how many times available. Tell me whether available or not available. That means if I checked with 45, checked with 32, checked with 89, checked with 5. So I will check one by one with all the number from top to bottom. If by the way it matched with any number, just like I can say it will match with which index? 2 index, because index always start from 0 and so on. Last index will be 5. So if by chance it will match with any of the number, any of the index number, index 1 or index 2, index 3, you continue as per index and check the value. 0 index 45, is it matching? No. 1 index 32, is it matching? No. 2 index 89, is it matching? Yes. If it is so, then break it. I don't want to check with 5, 6, 89 or so on, because once it matched means it matched. So I have to say either available or I have to say not available. Nobody is asking me 5 times available, 7 times available, or 2 times available or not available. Simply say available or simply say not available. If this is the question, then how we will be using that flag logic and break statement to solve this problem. So let me check how much you have understood declaring array. Yesterday's concept, how much you have understood. You will help me, I will write the answer. Okay. So question is, assign the value to an array, 6 values. Separately take a variable n. Then you start loop or condition, whatever it is. So today what we learned, we will go to that. But yesterday what we learned is how to assign variable, how to assign array and how to assign variable. So all these things we already know. So let me go to one more program here. I will minimize this and here I will say static void search in array. That means my program is search inside one array, tell me whether available or not available. So what is the question here? You can write the question here. Assign an array of 6 integer, separately assign a variable, check whether that variable value available in array or not available. Make sense? This is the question. So what should I do first to solve this program? So always first thing you have to think about is declaration of variable, declaration of array, if any, right? So I have a variable declaration here called, let's say, n. And I have also a variable declaration called array declaration called ARR. So to declare the array, what should I do? Square bracket equal to Mhm. Six. This time question is saying 6, right? So 6. Assigning or accepting? Assigning, isn't it? Assign the array, na? Line number 39. So how usually assign the value? Curly bracket. Okay. So those who are not answering also, you answer yourself that okay, I'm answering this and I'm in the right place or not, I'm understanding or not. So to cross check yourself. Okay, curly bracket. What should we do here? Some values, isn't it? So let's take some values. So 6 values we can take easily. Any 6 values I took. Absolutely fine. So which part of the program done? This part of the program done. Now it is saying separately assign another variable. So should I do n equal to something? If user has to enter, then it will be separately accept. Let's make it accept. Okay. So what should I do now? I will ask user to enter. So console.writeLine. Yeah. Enter value of n. Okay. Enter value of n, because n has to be checked. So n equal to convert dot, yeah, read line. Absolutely. That means this part is also over. Now we are going to this part. Okay. So let's see what should we do for that part. Loop. So should we take a flag here? Should we take a flag here? And we will take a loop here. So loop. Integer I equal to zero. Okay. I 5. Acha, one more small thing I will tell you. If you have doubt 5 or 6 or 7 something, simply best thing is put less than and put array dot length. That is the best thing. Array dot length will give how much to us? 6, na? Length is always giving how many. Okay. Less than how many means what? It will go up to 5, na? So writing less than or equal to 5 or writing less than 6, both are same, na? So my array dot length itself is 6. So I can say array dot length. Who didn't understand this? Anybody? Array dot length is 6. Less than 6 means up to 5, because index start from 0 means this 34 index will be 5. This will be 0, this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3, 4 and 5. So less than 6 or less than equal to 5, both are same. So I said less than array dot length. I plus plus. Yes, yes, it will understand. Okay, this is a inbuilt property of the array. That's why it will understand length. Okay. Why exactly you want to define 2 array, you tell me? In this question do we need it? No. Then which array? That length. If it is ARR1, ARR1 dot length. If another is ARR2, ARR2 dot length. Okay. So I said ARR dot length. That means 6 means less than 6. It will go up to 5. Now you tell me, anybody else who is always being silent, I want to ask. Yeah, everybody should take part. I don't know. Varsini, you tell me, what should I do now inside? Inside this loop, what should I do? Question is in front of you. If it is wrong also, doesn't matter. You attempt it. Okay? Doesn't matter. Absolutely, absolutely. So what you think? What I should write inside this loop so that it can check whether my n variable is available? Tell me. If, okay, inside if what should I do? That means ARR square bracket I. Okay, these things you should tell. Okay, or we can check other way around also. ARR of I equal to NR naught. Okay, now I will ask some other person. Who is being silent always? I don't know. Actually, all voices are seems to be similar. But okay, Nagarjuna, you tell me what should I do inside? Your voice seems little breaking for me. Can you repeat again?
Yeah, we need to put the value.
Simply console.writeLine value is existing. That's it. Value is existing. Okay, chalo, लिख दिया. I wrote it. Let's see. Else condition. Directly here. Value is not existing. Like this. We can do that. In prime number just now we discussed, right? In prime number, just now putting one else statement, we made lot of R&D, then we came to a conclusion that that is a wrong logic, right? So what should I do? Okay, I will ask other person. Sujata, you tell me, what is missing now? What should I do more? Flag, very good. Should I use here flag equal to something else? Okay, I used one. Anything else missing? Break, very good, break. Now, next question is for some other person. Adi Vishwa, you tell me still what is missing? I mean, what else we have to do here? Value is existing, that's fine. Who knows? That value might be something like, 106. Then what? It will check everything and not match, na? So how I will get that answer? Saying that value is not existing. What should I do? Question is for Adi Vishwa. Yeah. Here else. Do you think so? But we understood in prime number logic also, if you put if as well as else, what will happen? For every check, it will give either this answer or that answer, either this answer or that answer. Don't you think? That means available, available, not available, not available, not available, 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 not available. So what you will be reaching to conclusion? Outside the loop, I will put an if. Very good. Yeah.
Yeah, and say like if R I
No. Okay, I will go to some other person. Tapas, you tell me what we can write. Very good. If flag equal to still 0, because that's why we took the flag, right? So that flag we are checking, brother, you have brought me 0 or brought 1 for me. Flag is saying I have brought 0 for you. That means it is indirect understanding that it never got a chance to go inside this 56, 57, 58. That means it is saying still 0. So it will say console.writeLine. Okay, value not existing. Okay, so I believe around 80-90% people have got this logic. Still 10% people there is some confusion or some clarity required. So for particularly those 10% people, I will say today itself revise this, watch the video at least 2 or 3 times, and for both prime number as well as this array, and do yourself, prepare a Visual Studio solution yourself. There you type each line, you feel yourself like a compiler, check why I am writing this line, why sir told to write this line, what is the discrepancy here. If I will write some other way, imagine something comes to your mind, like you said, if I will say else, what will happen? Write it, no worry. Write it and compile it F10, F10, F10. See what happens. That will improve your logic. So now let's run it and see what it is doing for us. So should I call this function in the main? So comment it and call this function. Alright. Almost similar, don't you think? Structure of the program. If you compare with prime number logic and this logic. So overall understanding is, wherever there is continuous check and at the end we want to reach to a conclusion that none of them satisfied, means at the end some other message, satisfied means some other message. So whenever this kind of continuous check is required and then take a conclusion and take a decision, then you have to go for break with flag. Okay. Now without break what will happen, I will tell you also, but let me run this, then we'll see without break what will happen. So let's run this. So first it will ask me enter a number. I will enter something else which is not available. Imagine I entered something like 75, which is not really available. So value not existing. Again I will run the program and I will say something which is already existing. Suppose I will enter 87. It will say value is existing. That means both the conditions satisfied. Now one more small thing here. If I will remove this break, in fact this question I will ask you guys. Okay. So if I will remove this break, but I have something like this 87, 87, I have like this 2 times. Okay. Intentionally I am putting some 87, 87 2 times. And here also when it asked me, I entered 87 only, suppose. Okay. Understand the scenario. My array is having 287, 2 times 87. When it asked me enter a number to check, I entered 87. And this break has not been removed. If break is there, what will happen? And if break is removed, what will happen? So I will ask from my side, don't answer. Currently, if break is there, okay, Dipesh, you tell me, break is there, exact same program only I am running. So what will be the answer? So now my situation is, I have 2 times 87, 87. Okay. When it asked me enter the number, I entered 87. Now what this program will do for me? Value rejection. Very good. Okay. Now if I will remove, okay, for another person I will ask, I removed for a minute, suppose this break statement. Okay. Dora Babu, you say that what will happen this time? It will never come out of the loop. I mean, it will go for one infinite loop. All the numbers. Okay, good. Very good. So what will be the answer actually on the screen? If I'll simply click on this run, what do you think will be the answer if I'm entering 87? So only one time it will check, display the word called existing. But I have removed the break now. It should display 2 times. See what happens? So it asked me enter the value. I entered suppose 87. Have a look. Value is existing 2 times it is displaying, right? Why so? Because I didn't say break. Break means if one time matched, no need to check further. But No break means if it one time matching also, you check further. Check further, check further. That means every time it will be 0 to 5, 0 to 5 definitely, regardless it is existing or not existing. So best way is here, as per our question, put the break. Is that clear to all of you guys? Still you have any question? Very good. So now one question for you for homework. In fact, today it was hands-on. Basically every Sunday we will do hands-on, but there is nothing much to do today. So that hands-on part I will take it to your home. Okay, so you have to do the hands-on at home. So I'm giving a question and you have to do that hands-on at your home. Okay. Yep.
Is this right time to but time of
Ad watch, quick watch you are saying? We will do, don't worry, we will do. Okay, we will do when time will come. So now question for you guys to do at home. Okay, homework. But again on Monday, I don't know when is our next class. As Tuesday, right? So when Tuesday we'll meet, this question answer I will see in everybody's computer. Okay, so first of all you write the answer and send it to me by a notepad, pasting in a notepad, attach it. Not only that, I want to check everybody's computer. So one by one I will ask you to share your screen, because today we could not do hands-on here itself. I wanted to continue few more, then I wanted to give some work. So do this work at home, and next class at the beginning, first 15 minutes I will spend for cross-checking whether you have done it at your system or not. Because sometimes what happens, people will be very silent in the class. Up to 1 month they might not have installed also Visual Studio. Suddenly after 1 month they will wake up and they will say, sir, I am very sorry, I have neglected from the beginning, I don't understand anything, you help me. So it will be very difficult for me also. So from the beginning itself I want to know that you people are really having the software in your computer and you are practicing parallelly. Okay, so this is a small question I will give, almost exactly matching with the nested loop condition. We have last time understood nested loop. So I will give combination of that nested loop and today's logic. Okay, so one question I will give that you have to try at home, run it, execute it, and after execution paste that answer in a notepad and send it to me. But on Tuesday, first 15-20 minutes I will spend to cross check in your system it is there or not. Okay, so question is just like this: accept, or I will say display all prime numbers between 100 and 200. Display all prime numbers between 100 and 200. Actually prime number logic, what we saw today. But today we saw only for one number, only for 100, something like that, right? But this question says you have to range from this to this. Every time you will get one number that you have to check prime or not. If it is prime, display it. Then 101, if it is prime, display it. Then 102, if it is prime, display it. So display all prime numbers between 100 and 200. Hint from my side is it will use nested loop. Okay, it will use nested loop. In the outer loop you have to take 100 to 200. Since first time I am giving this kind of thing, so little bit hint I am giving so that you will not struggle much. Inner loop you go for prime number logic. So little bit hint from my side. Try it at home, do it and send the answer to me. Alright. So see you guys on Tuesday, same time. I mean, 6:30. Yeah.
Next, hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
So next week, मतलब same schedule होगा ना?
Yeah. Tuesday you meet, then I will tell you if any changes. Okay. So Tuesday 6:30.